And he added that the team is, quote, very confident in Tua. So, Shannon, what does this tell you about Tua?
Nothing. How many teams will be willing to get off their quarterback right now for a 25-year-old Deshaun Watson, given he didn't have the issues going off the field, Skip? But it just goes to show you how talented Deshaun Watson is. And plus, Skip, you get him on a 5-year, you get him on a contract. He's tied up on a very friendly contract for the foreseeable future. Now, for me, Miami's like, that's a no-brainer. But not at this price, Skip. I'm assuming they're going to want Tua also. And 3 first-rounders and 2 twos? I'm not so sure you could have got that with no issues surrounding Deshaun Watson. That's a king's ransom. See, that's what you do, Skip. I'm going to throw it out there. Only thing, kind of like with the Cowboys and the Vikings. Jimmy say, okay, y'all want Herschel? Give me this, this, and this. Vikings say, okay. Jimmy say, go on. No, Skip, you're not going to get this. But for me, there's only a handful of teams. If Deshaun Watson does not have these issues, there's probably what, Skip? 7, 8 teams that wouldn't move out their quarterback, maybe 9 wouldn't move out their quarterback for Deshaun Watson, and Tua doesn't have the experience and the history that says, okay, yeah, he's a no-brainer. I know when I got Deshaun Watson. It's a proven fact. The guy's a multiple-time Pro Bowl player. Skip, even after this, guess what? He's still a top 100 NFL player. So I'm not surprised that Miami is going to try to make this move happen. Like I said, Deshaun Watson still has the cards because he has the no-trade clause. So it's been reported that he already vetoed, I'm not going to Philly. Y'all going to trade, if I'm getting up out of here, and I'm going to go to where I want to go, or I'm going to sit on y'all payroll. Skip, I believe it's going to happen sooner than later, but the asking price is going to have to come down substantially. They're not going to get nearly what they thought they were. They should have just moved him. When he first broached this subject, before any of this came out, Skip, they should have moved it. Now, you're going to get pennies on the dollar for Deshaun Watson.
Really?
Yep.
Okay, so do you believe that Buffalo right here, right now, would move off Josh Allen for Deshaun?
No, but I believe Cleveland Browns would move off Baker Mayfield to Josh Allen. That's what I believe.
He's playing his little tail off.
He ain't playing like Josh Allen. You saw Josh Allen Saturday, right? Okay.
I did. I've been seeing Baker Mayfield for the last 10 games. He had been on a roll.
One guy got second in the MVP voting. What did Baker get?
Think the Ravens would move off Lamar?
He's an MVP.
Thank you. Okay. Do you think the Chargers would move off Justin Herbert?
Skip, the guy was Rookie of the Year.
Okay, I'm asking. I'm just asking questions. I'm going to say it again. You're a big Tua fan, and you are on the wrong bandwagon. He is not that guy.
I don't like Tua more than I like Deshaun.
Okay, well, this is showing you they don't believe in Tua. They're just holding on for dear life until they think they got a shot at Deshaun. And I love Deshaun, and he's really good, and he's got a really serious issue hanging over his head. We know that.
Right.
And that could mitigate his ability to be great at the next play. I don't know how it's all going to play out. So we got to have that as a big asterisk on this situation.
Right.
But it did not surprise me that Miami emerged as the front runner, reportedly, in this Deshaun Derby, because Tua struggled last year in QBR. I know he's just a rookie, but he wound up 26 of 33 qualified in QBR.
Right.
Pro Football Focus, your favorite website, ranked him 33rd of 42 quarterbacks that started games last year. So not great. Only 64% of his passes. Not bad on touchdowns.
But hasn't he looked better in the preseason than what he looked last year?
I've seen here and there of him. He's been pretty good, but I don't think he's that guy. I don't think they trust his ability to stay healthy. What was it, 7 reported surgeries that he had while he was at Alabama. Everything went wrong and had the career-threatening hip surgery.
Right. Last year was supposed to be a redshirt year.
Okay.
He wasn't even supposed to play.
Okay, and so remember, the most shocked man in the house at 3-3 when they replaced him with Tua was Fitzmagic.
Right.
Remember, he's still talking about it.
Right.
I don't know what happened. I don't think the team knew what had happened because the team did. We saw report after report coming out of Miami. The team was not sold on Tua.
Right.
Okay, so they were sold on Fitzpatrick, and yet it took Ryan Fitzmagic to come back in and say, remember at Las Vegas, he pulled a rabbit out of his hat late in place of Tua.
Yep.
And they did wind up finishing 10-6 last year, but that was not good enough to get in the playoffs. And I just don't think they are sold going forward with Tua. So they get a shot at Deshaun. It's like a no-brainer. Thank you very much.
Skip, Deshaun Deshaun was a top 5 quarterback.
Yeah,
So a top 5 quarterback. So who wouldn't move? I mean, if you got a
I
top
just
5
listed teams that would
I'll
not.
tell you what, let me ask you a question. Do you think the Cleveland Browns would get off Baker Mayfield for Patrick Mahomes?
Sure. A lot of
Aaron
teams
Rodgers.
would. Yep.
Tom Brady?
You should put him number one.
Well,
on that
so
list.
why would they do that? If you sold on Baker Mayfield, why would you get off him for those guys?
Okay. Do you think Buffalo would get off Josh Allen for those guys?
Nope.
You better believe they
Nope.
would. In a
Nope.
heartbeat. In a heartbeat, they
I don't
would.
believe
I'm
they would.
sorry.
I don't
I'm
believe
sorry.
they would.
You're
Skip,
wrong.
What you call him? But see, here's the thing. Tua is not thought of as a top 10, top 15 quarterback. Deshaun Watson is thought of before as a top 5 quarterback. You get an opportunity to get a top 5 quarterback that's 25. 25 years of age, and you said no. If I can get him at my price now.
Okay. Tua is an undersized, soft-arm quarterback with severe injury history. It would predict that he would get hurt sooner than later, right?
He might, but I'm looking at him in the preseason. 71% of his passes he's completed. Now he's had a year to train as opposed to just rehab. Last year was supposed to be a redshirt year for him, Skip. I'm surprised that he didn't even play. I remember you and I was talking about this. I was like, this is going to be a redshirt year. Fitzmagic going to bring this thing home. They'll move on from Fitzpatrick, and then now all of a sudden Tua gets in there. I was more shocked than Fitzmagic was when they said we go into Tua. I'm like, what? Why? He had just won 2 games. And you're going in a different direction. For what? So it made no sense to me. But if I get an opportunity to get Deshaun Watson, oh, yeah, I'm doing that, Skip, for sure.
Okay. Well, that could be the end of Tua there. And do you think he's going to turn into a star for the Texans? Is that what you're saying?
Skip.
Because I don't see it.
Skip, all I'm saying is I believe he's the guy that can win game and get you to the playoffs. Now, Super Bowl and all that, that's a whole different argument. We can discuss that another day.
Okay.
But
I do not believe he's a playoff
let me
quarterback.
ask you this. Baker Mayfield or Deshaun Watson?
Oh, for Deshaun, I thought you were going to say or Tua. I'll take Baker over Tua any day or night.
Baker Mayfield or Deshaun Watson. 32 GMs. I'm asking 32 GMs. How many take Baker Mayfield? How many take Deshaun?
Yeah, I don't think they would take him over, take Deshaun over Baker right now in Cleveland. I think they're completely 100% sold.
I'm saying, obviously, with what's going on around Deshaun.
Yep.
But ability to play the position on the field, it's not even close. And
Well,
you know
it is
that.
very close.
It is not very close.
Oh, have you been watching him the last 12 games?
Well, it's close like Miami to San Francisco.
with no Odell?
They're both in the U.S.,
Really?
but they're really not close.
So over those last, what was it? Is it 13 games without Odell last year? Or is it 11 games? I can't remember. But he ranked 4th in QBR in the NFL. I thought he was just, remember, he had 4 different head coaches and 3 different offensive coordinators in his first 2 years.
Think about Deshaun.
Really?
Deshaun led the league in passing.
Love Deshaun, but I loved him in college.
Without D-Hop, with Fuller being suspended. That's what he did.
Yeah. Well, Baker did some
That's what he
stuff.
did. He didn't do that. He didn't do that.
Well, he did get them to the playoffs, and they did beat Ben Roethlisberger in Pittsburgh in a playoff game.
Hold on. Didn't Deshaun get them to the playoff the year before?
Yep.
Also.
Okay. So I like him, but I don't think Cleveland would do that deal.
Deshaun is better than Baker Mayfield.
Okay.
You and I both know that.
Well, do you think he's better than Josh Allen?
Who?
Well, you